Are you looking for an elegant holiday appetizer? Join us today and I'll show you how to make this wonderful, delicious chicken liver pate. Welcome back to Gary's Urban Larder. My name is Gary Rice. I'm a home cook with more than 50 years of experience. And we're making my favorite festive treat, chopped liver or liver pate. And I'll take you through some of the ingredients. We have chicken fat, kosher salt, white pepper, got a boiled egg, clove of garlic, and some sprigs of thyme, our chicken liver, which we'll clean and we'll check in terms of any bits we don't want to cook up, and some brandy. The first thing I'm going to do to get started is to use my mandolin with its guard and slice up the onion. Now this dish is reminiscent of my youth, as a lot of dishes are in the holidays, and this really is something I know from my friends, my Jewish friends. This, although not kosher, I do not keep a kosher kitchen, is something that reminds me of holidays and growing up around a predominantly Jewish and African American community. So, used my guard, and I can put my mandolin away. And we have our sliced onions, which will then go into our pan. So just turn this on. I'm going to add some of our Schmaltz, our chicken fat, to the pan. And as that heats up, I'm just going to pull our onions apart. We're going to cook these on a fairly low heat because we want to actually brown them, because that's going to add flavor and richness into our chopped liver. So once I've got those separated, I'm just going to add those into the fat and let them start to soften. Sprinkle of kosher salt. Salt always helps for the onions to cook and to give up their moisture, and that helps it to brown, to soften. So I'm going to reduce that a bit more. Let's say we want this fairly low temperature, and we start to cook those off. We want to get those nice and brown, nice and golden. In the interim, we're just going to check our livers. So if there's any bit of sinew or grizzly bits like that, we're just going to take that right off. And just put them there. Yeah, we're going to check through all of these, and we're going to reduce our onions and get them nice and brown, and then we'll add, you can see that's a bit of sinew, so then we'll add in our chicken livers. So join me in just a moment, and we'll add our chicken livers and the rest of our ingredients. So I'm continuing to cook our onions. They're starting to brown and getting good color. I've cleaned our chicken livers. And what I'm going to do just before I add the chicken liver is to grate in a clove of garlic. Now you can use less if you like. I'm a fan of garlic. I think it helps round the flavors. Just being careful not to burn our onions. We don't want to burn the garlic as well. So that's why we're using low temperature. You can see those are all getting really beautiful color. I'm just going to keep cooking those slowly. Okay, we've got these really nicely browned. You see that? Really good color. And now I'm going to add our clove of garlic. Just grating that really finely, very finely, using our microplane. And there's our garlic. And as always, we want to just cook that until it becomes beautifully fragrant. We don't want to overcook it. It's a few seconds really. And there we have it. You can smell that. And in go our livers. I've just pushed the onions to the side to get my livers in. Now the trick is not to overcook these. We want them brown on the outside and we want them to be pink on the interior. So I'm just going to watch these. Only takes a few minutes. It isn't a long time. Just get our livers. Smells really wonderful. I'm going to add some of our white pepper now. I've just added the thyme, 2 sprigs of thyme, into the pan. And the reason I've done it now is I want the thyme to just give it a nice, delicate fragrance and just a hint. I've reserved 1 sprig of thyme, which I'll use at the end to decorate the top of our ramekins. We're going to put these in ramekins. So I'm just turning those, letting those cook again. We don't want to overcook these until they're dull and tasteless and tough. We want to keep them pink in the center. And I think we're nearly there. And once the thyme has done its job, we're going to remove it. 1 sprig, the 2nd sprig. And now I'm going to add our brandy. And of course, you can flambe it if you wish. It doesn't add anything in terms of flavor, but it looks impressive. And there. Off it goes. And I'm going to let that just stand there for a couple of minutes before we add it to our food processor. We're ready to add the entire contents of the pan to our food processor. So it just smells wonderful. So we get those in. All the onions. We deglaze the pan using the brandy. Every bit of that into the food processor. And to that, just going to add about a tablespoon of the rendered chicken fat, Schmaltz. I'm going to just add a bit more kosher salt and a pinch more of the pepper and 1 hard-boiled egg. Now, some people like to chop the egg finely separately and then fold it in. I prefer to have this more the texture of a pate. So I'm going to start just by pulsing it. have a check of our texture. You can come and have a look at this. It looks like chopped liver, which is what we're doing, but I'm going to process this a little bit more. So we'll get our lid back on. And now I'm just going to let that process. Now, if you don't want a smooth pate, again, stop, just pulse it, and you have your chopped liver. I prefer a very smooth pate, which I'm going to put in ramekins, and I might top with a little Schmaltz and some of our thyme, just so I can know what ingredients I've used. I think it needs just a little bit longer, and as soon as this is finished processing, we'll add it to the ramekin. I'm going to have a look. It is fairly smooth and almost to the texture I want. It's not going to be perfectly smooth, but because I'm going to put it in the ramekin and use it on toast, bread, whatever I want, some fresh vegetable sticks, I want this particularly smooth. Now, if you want to add other things at this point, perhaps some chopped sautéed mushroom, you could do that as well. However, the purists amongst us probably think the egg and this is enough. All right. Now we will fill one of the ramekins with our mixture. You can see how smooth it has become. I want that really full. I'm just tamping it to get out any air pockets and keep it level. I'm just going to take some of our thyme and put it right on top. And a drizzle over Schmaltz. And that is my chopped liver, my chicken liver pate, an homage to my Jewish friends. So that's going to sit in the fridge and chill, and then I'll bring it out, let it come to room temperature so it's spreadable and delicious. We have chilled the chicken liver pate, the chopped liver, and it is ready. So now I'm just going to give it a taste. Oh, look at that. Isn't that look delicious and rich? Mmm. Mmm. Only one word to describe it. Gorgeous. Thank you for joining us today at Gary's Urban Larder. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Give us a thumbs up if you liked today's video. And remember to share it with your friends and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single delicious recipe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.